Hello, everyone. Welcome to Nails and Beauty Talk. I am your host, Asia the Bird. To have a very special guest with me today, she is a Preston nail artist. Please welcome Misha. Hello, Misha, and welcome to the show.
Hi, thanks so much for having me. I'm so excited to be here.
Yeah, you're most welcome. So, where are you originally from, and how did you get started into doing nails?
Yeah, so I'm actually right now I reside in Los Angeles County, but I was born in Queens, New York, and I lived on the
Hmm.
East Coast in North Jersey for most of my life until I moved to LA about I
Hmm.
want to say like it was literally like right before the pandemic started when I moved to LA. Um, but
Right.
yeah, so I'm here in LA now. And how I started doing nails. So it's actually kind of ironic. I have a really, really bad habit that I still have it of biting my nails ever since I was young.
Hmm.
Ironic, right? Um,
Right.
so the only way that really keeps me from biting my nails is if I have something on it. So
Hmm.
I would always be getting my nails done. I would go to salons like back to back every 3, 4 weeks to
Right.
get like new acrylics. I've tried dip powder, normal
Hmm.
gels, acrylics, and that's really the only thing that would keep me from biting my nails. And I loved it because it was also like really pretty.
Hmm.
But eventually I just got really discouraged and disappointed that a lot of the visions and a lot of the nails that I really wanted to have for myself, um, it just wasn't able to, the text, they did the best they could, but the vision that I
Right.
wanted never really was able to come to life. And then also the pricing was just really steep sometimes for, something like a simple set, like, I don't know, a simple one color acrylic set already is going to be like 60 to $80, maybe even higher at some salons.
Right.
So, and that doesn't include tip. So,
Hmm.
it just gets really expensive. And yeah, I just felt really discouraged that the visions that I always had for the nails I wanted for myself, I kind of had to forego them and just be like, "Ah, I guess I can never have this." So I finally decided, you know what? Maybe I should try doing my own nails. Let me see if I can do this myself. So it was like the end of October last year where I was just, all right, let me try this Gel X thing. And I bought all these like Gel X kits and cheap gels and everything from Amazon. And I was like, all right, let's do this. And the rest is
But
history.
but
Like
I
that's
definitely
where
want to
I
get into your influences. What were like some of your influences growing up, especially when it comes down to your nail art?
Yeah, so I mean, growing up, I have always been into anime. My
Mhm.
parents and a lot of my aunts and uncles were big anime fans themselves, having been really into like Gundam, which was big at the time. Even older than that, like my mom was really into Candy Candy, which is a really old anime. So anime has always been
Mhm.
in my life growing up, um, and I just always been into it.
Mhm.
Sailor Moon would play. What else? Dragon Ball Z, Toonami. Watching all the animes on Toonami as a kid growing up. So just anime has always been a really big part of my life, and
Mhm.
like one of the biggest influences in my art. As a kid, like there was these how to draw manga books that I would buy
Mhm.
from the bookstore and try to copy, the steps to how to draw. And a lot of my
Right.
art, even as a kid, I would try to draw anime eyes. I would try to draw these anime characters. So it's just really the biggest influence on me as an artist has always been anime.
All right. Awesome. What was like some of like your favorite like anime like movies or like anime like shows? What were some of your favorite ones?
Yeah, it's actually kind of funny. I know Spirited Away is huge. Everyone loves that movie. But as a
Right.
kid growing up, I don't know how or where my dad got this like bootleg copy of Spirited Away. It's probably still at my parents'
Mhm.
house right now. It's just like the text is all wrong, like the English translation is all wrong, and like the
Mhm.
the picture is all grainy. But we had somehow this bootleg Spirited Away movie
Right.
that my brother and I would watch all the time as a kid, and that was one of our favorites. Um, Also, like my dad would watch Cowboy Bebop and Evangelion, and that would play in the background. A little scary for us as young kids, but like just that in the background was, there in
Mhm.
my life too. And obviously Sailor Moon was just so big for me as a kid. I was obsessed with Sailor Venus. My cousin loved Sailor Moon. We pretend to be the Sailor Scouts ourselves. That's also, one of my favorite big influences.
Mhm.
Um, and then getting into like when it came into like more mainstream media, I know Avatar is still an American cartoon, but I feel like that
Right.
also was kind of in that hybrid anime cartoon space, and that was really big for me growing up too. Like
Mhm.
so many memories of waiting every week, excited for the
Yeah.
new
Right.
episodes. Um, love
Mhm.
love that.
Yeah. Yeah. That's really really cool. Now, who are like some of like your favorite like nail artists that you've looked up to, possibly?
Yeah, so I know you probably heard of Vivju.
Hmm.
She's I think she's the first nail artist that I ever like, even before I ever thought that I was going to do nails, like, I never would have thought that I was gonna do nails.
Right.
It was on my Instagram Explore page, and I remember seeing this specific set. It was these long, blue, sparkly acrylic nails that had the Sailor Moon transformation wands, and it was, like, a picture and a
Hmm.
video of how she did it, and I was like, "That is insane. That is,
Hmm.
like, a dream to have," and I, like, scrolled through her page and saw all of her stuff, and I was like, "Wow, she's amazing. Like, I really wish I could have nails like this." And that was like years and years and years back before I ever thought I
Hmm.
was gonna do nails. And then when I got into TikTok and started watching TikToks, I found her on my For You page, her like how she like did all her nails videos, and I saw the making of that set and I was like, "Oh my God, is this her from Instagram?" So I followed
Hmm.
her, and ever since then I just incredibly like, my mind is always blown by the amazing art that she does, and then
Hmm.
by, by knowing of her, I learned of all of the other artists that she has working, at Pamper Nail Gallery too. So another one of my influences is, one of their big anime artists, which is Joppa Gel Nails or Aya. I actually took, one of the Pamper Academy classes that was hosted by Aya, and she's definitely another one of my big influences too. So I would say Viju and Joppa Gel nails are my 2 biggest nail influences. And then
Hmm.
also just getting into the nail community, I've met so many amazing press-on nail artists. Like, I would have never known that this community was so big, and there were so many amazing artists out here, and I'm so fortunate and blessed to have met and become mutuals with many of these other amazing nail artists that, like, everything they do influences me as well, and just their support, um, definitely helps continue my inspirations and influences in the nail community.
Yeah, that's really, really cool. Yeah, this shoe, like she's hella talented with the press on nails. Same with ball pit nails, like Maddox McCullough.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
She does amazing like nail art and things like that. And also like Tengoku, Annie from Miami.
Yes, 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 yes.
Yeah, yeah, her work is very
All their work, love it. Like, every time they post a video of a new set they made or how they made it, I'm always just like I'm like, "Yes, I can't wait to watch this." Like, my favorite thing. I just the their art is incredible. Definitely huge inspirations and huge goals for me.
yeah, yeah, that's it's really, really cool. Now, in terms of like with press on nails, like how did you get started with your press on nail business in terms of like, gaining a clientele, and things like that?
Yeah, so I mean, when I first started doing nails, I was doing gel X on myself and painting it on myself. I'd
Mm,
post it on my Instagram story, and all my friends are like, "Oh my God, Misha, like this is really good. Like you should start doing nails for other people." And I was like, "Oh, I don't know. Like I don't really know how to do nails for others. I don't have a background in like being a nail tech and knowing the
mhm,
process of cleaning and all of that stuff. Although I'm interested in it. Maybe somewhere in the future if that door ever opens for me, I would go down that path. But yeah, at
mhm,
the time I was like, I don't think I have the credentials to be able to do nails for people, so I'm shy. And then I learned to press on nails from, just being following Vivju and following these other artists that I like, and that
mhm,
they do press on. So like, press on nails. So this like like what is this? Like maybe this is a way for me to be able to share my art and do nails for people without actually, having to learn how to do the nails on them. So that's kind of
mhm,
like where I got the idea. So I started doing research, watched a lot of videos, like got influence from, other nail artists and how they do things and
mhm,
their advice. And that's kind of how it started. So, me just really falling in love and doing nails on my own, my friends being like, wow, this is great. You should do nails for the people. Maybe people would like nails from you. And then the
mhm.
research and it's all spun up together to, yeah, let me try this press on nail stuff.
Right.
And then when I started, I mean, like any small business or anything, very small, just my friends that were already supporting me, being some of my first clients and first supporters, and through that and through sharing it on Instagram, I was able to gain some other following and other people that really liked my work, and I started getting requests for doing more anime nails, and that's what I want to do, doing anime nails and honing my anime nail skills, and eventually that has now rolled into that being kind of my niche,
Mhm.
and now I have a lot of supporters and followers that really love me for my anime nails.
Yeah, yeah, that's really, really cool. Now, in terms of like, doing like a set of like press ons, like what's your whole process? Do you sketch out what you're gonna do, or is it mostly freestyle?
Yeah, so I use a I have Procreate on my iPad, and this is what I use to design all my sets. So what I usually do is, if a client has, even if they have a really vague, like, I just want Naruto nails, but nothing specific than that, they're like, yeah, you can freestyle it. Or sometimes they'll have really specific, like, oh, I want this specific character in this specific picture. They give me all that, all of their inspo, all of their like ideas,
Hmm.
and I take that and then I just get on Procreate and start designing it. So I
Right.
always design it, draw it on Procreate first, and then my process with my client is I'll show them the draft, they'll let me know what they think, and then it's like a back and forth until they're like was super 100%, this is the one, this is what I want, and then boom,
Right.
then I start creating.
Hmm. Yeah, yeah, that's really, really cool. Like I heard a lot about Procreate. Like a lot of people use Procreate. Like it's like the popular program, graphic program.
Yeah, it's such an awesome tool. Like when I first got my iPad, that was the first thing I downloaded. I think I got my iPad because I wanted Procreate so bad. I just like wanted to start drawing and just try
Hmm.
Procreate. Um, yeah, amazing tool for everything, even graphic design you could do it on Procreate.
Hmm. Do you put out like your drawings at all on social media, or just like for press on nails and stuff like that? That what you use Procreate for?
Well, I used to post some stuff. Like sometimes I'll like draw some of my own art and post it. I wouldn't
Hmm.
call myself an artist though. It's kind of funny. I feel like my art in other mediums that aren't nails isn't. I'm not that happy with it. I don't think I'm all that good. But then for some reason, as soon as my medium is a nail,
Right.
I'm like, okay, yeah, I'll draw. Like I have
Yeah,
no
yeah.
problem. Like, oh, this looks good. But then everything else, every other medium, including digital art on Procreate, I'm so like, I don't like how it came out.
Hmm. Yeah,
Nails
yeah,
is my
right.
medium.
Yeah, right, exactly. Now, how do you like also like do you do like ready-mades with a combination of custom, or do you just do custom?
So I just do custom. I think initially when I started, I had thought that I was going to have like pre-made designs that I would just, paint again when someone ordered it. But my model kind of shifted and never did that because I feel like the reason why I got into press on nails was the whole concept with me being discouraged from having these visions in my head that wasn't able to come out on my nails.
Right.
So I was really saddened by that, and I don't want other people and clients to feel that saddened. I want the dream that they have for their nails for me to be able to live to deliver that dream for them. So
Mhm.
because I guess because that's like my whole mantra of even starting doing nails, I
Right.
just naturally every set I do is always a custom made, unique, just for them, made specifically what they want, the
Mhm.
vision that they have. So yeah, I every set I make now is just a
Mhm.
custom, it's custom made to order, unique
Mhm.
just for my client.
Mhm. Yeah, 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 most definitely. But I also want to get into as well, like how do you like, plan like your packaging? Like what are some tips you can give in terms of packaging press-ons?
Yeah, so I would say, like, especially after, learning a lot from a lot of my nail mutuals that do press-ons too, packaging is part of your branding, and it's just as important to be a reflection of you, for
Mhm.
yourself and to your clients. And it's also part of the whole luxury experience for your clients when they get your nails and the unboxing and the opening of it. So I think the way that anyone should go about packaging is make sure that it's a reflection of you. It's to
Mhm.
something that excites you to your aesthetic, something that you as a if you were a client would be excited and love to see, to open, to own. Um,
Mhm.
and make sure to put like your personal touches, your own style, and something that makes it fun and exciting and special to the client. So like for me, I have these like little jewelry boxes and I really just love the idea of opening like a present and like, oh, there it is.
Right.
So that's why I chose jewelry boxes to be like the packaging for my nail sets.
Mhm.
Um and then other like special things I put in there to try to make it as fun and as like melon bun nailsy as I
Mhm.
can is I have stickers of my logos. I designed little melon buns. I have this whole family of like mascots that are like little bunny melon breads that I
Right.
put in, and each one is like special to the tier of the set it is. I have and also even my packaging. Like I think my whole overall aesthetic, I really like green. So a lot of my aesthetic for my brand is green. So my bubble
Mhm,
mailer packaging is even green. So it's like those little choices that you make that are a reflection of your brand, and also
mhm,
you would feel fun receiving as a client. So you think your clients also would feel fun receiving.
mhm. Yeah, absolutely. Now, do you ship worldwide or do you just ship just solely in the US?
So I only ship in the US right now. In the future I would love to expand international, but for the moment just still the US.
Okay. Yeah, yeah, most definitely. I can definitely understand that. But I also want to get into how did you go about like pricing your press-ons? What was the whole journey behind pricing your press-ons?
Yeah, so that's a great question. Before I started, I mentioned that I took a Pamper Academy class. I took
Mhm,
Joppa Gel Nails Anime Fundamentals class, and at the end in Q&A, she actually did go over kind of some tips and her own advice for your having your own press on nail business, and part of that was her ideas and recommendations for pricing. So some of the advice she gave was like, especially if you first start out, you can maybe give yourself a starting hourly rate. Like, I don't know, if you give yourself, if a set takes you like 4 hours to do, maybe you can price yourself at like $10 to $15 an hour when you first start out. So that was
mhm,
one idea. And then she said, as you gain experience and continue to grow and continue to hone your craft and get better at it, you can
mhm,
slowly increase your hourly rate, and also you can implement something more like a pricing certain elements of it. So like what I implemented now for me myself is what I call a pricing menu. So certain
mhm.
elements like a character on a nail will have a range of like, $20 to $40 per nail.
Right.
And that's kind of the advice she gave. Like she gave one example of Gojo nails from Jujutsu Kaisen, and it was Gojo span across two nails. So she said this one nail, like half of him would actually be like 40, for example, and then the other half would be another 4. So these two nails together would be 80, for example. So that was the example she gave. And she said, of course, like, take into account, you know, what you value it, what you value your time, what you value your craft and your art, and go from
Mhm,
there. So using that advice when I first started, my pricing was really ambiguous because I just started. Um,
mhm.
I didn't have as much experience, so I wanted to be really fair with how I was pricing. So I had like lower price range, lower hourly, and it was a little bit more
Right.
ambiguous for how I was pricing it out. But as I continued to get better and grow, and um,
Mhm,
people started to really appreciate my art, and I really like my art style, that was when
mhm,
I felt and took on Aya's next part of advice, which was implementing like a menu now of the elements that I can include. So a menu for like how much a character nail would cost, or how much a
mhm.
special effects like a glow in the dark kind of element would cost.
Right.
So like now where I am, I think I have a pretty good pricing model that I feel is really fair for my clients and really fair for myself too as the artist, to work with.
Mhm.
But of course, it's always a work in progress, and expanding upon it, you know, uh, open to feedback, of course, from my clients and others as well, and taking that into account.
Mhm. Yeah, right, exactly, because the thing is that there's so many people getting into the press-on nail aspect of the nail industry. But I definitely wanna also ask you as well, like, for people who don't make a sale, like, what's some piece of advice you would give for someone who's struggling to make a sale for their press-ons?
I would say don't give up, keep going. Like when I first started, my only clients were just my friends and family, um, and which I
Mhm,
really appreciate. That's how you start off, and just don't get discouraged. Just keep on practicing, keep on making things, make things that make it because you want to, and because it makes you
right.
happy, and because you enjoy it. The moment that you stop enjoying something and just making it because it's like work, or it's like a
Mhm,
chore, that's when I feel like the vibes become off, and where a lot of negativity comes into the space. So don't get discouraged. Keep going, keep improving, keep doing what you love, and naturally people who love what you do are going to come, find
mhm.
you and support you.
Yeah, eventually, yeah. Yeah, most definitely. But also too, I definitely wanna get into in terms of with the nails, like, do you use, like, almond-shaped nails or do you use, like, any shape essentially?
So I actually have a bunch of different shapes. I have like a whole nail shape menu that my clients can choose from. I have almond, coffin, stiletto, square, and I
Mhm.
also have a really, really tiny size, which is pretty much like a natural nail size too.
Right.
And actually, when I reopen in September, I'm also going to be including a new size, which is round. One of
Mhm.
my nail mutuals, Neck Green Nails, is has launched like her own nail tip. So I'm
Mhm.
excited to launch, this shape, like offer the shape round nails too. So just a bunch of
Mhm.
different shapes to cater to. I want to cater to everyone and different lengths
Yeah.
too. I have them from like that ultra mini natural size all the way up to
Mhm.
like XXL,
Yeah,
like
right, exactly.
long.
Yeah, yeah, exactly, the extra long.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
yeah. Yeah,
Honestly, I really love long nails. I haven't gotten any client orders for like extra, extra long nails yet.
mhm.
I'm like, I'm praying for the day one day because I just love long nails and it's such a big canvas too to paint on.
Yeah, absolutely. I had a client at one point, it was one of my colleagues from art school, they want, like, long nails and stuff like that, so it was really cool to do, like, something that's much
Oh,
longer than something
so
short.
fun.
And the plus the canvas is much bigger too.
Yeah, just you have so much more space to have creative freedom and just like putting so much stuff on there. Exciting. And then when you put them on, I don't know. For me, when I have long nails, I feel so confident. I'm
Right,
like,
right.
yes, no one
Mhm.
can talk to me.
Right.
you know?
You got the nails like yeah, yeah, most definitely. But I also wanna give, like, this other question too, because this really, like, sparked in my mind because, like, people say, like, give people what they want. So how do you find the balance between, having that creative freedom versus giving people what they want?
I think I've been really fortunate with the clients that I've had so far where they they have visions, but they're also give me like flexibility to kind of put my own spin or my own style and take on it. So I've
Right.
been really fortunate for that. And even for those clients who have very, very specific, um, really specific requests. Like one
Mhm.
time I had a client that even just drew out herself. It was my sister. She's an
Really?
artist. She drew out herself exactly the set she wanted, but I feel
Mhm.
like because especially if they're looking for an anime set, because anime, I just love it so much and it resonates with me, even if it
Right.
is like a specific drawn out, like I want this color and this effect and this exact
Mhm.
picture. I still feel like I get my creative freedom just because I love drawing anime and love painting the nail and painting a character that I still
Yeah.
get to have a little bit of my own art style. So I think if there's advice there to give, it just um, the clients who love your art style and love the way that you do art will find you, and you'll be able to still have the creative freedom and do the creative things you love, even for
Mhm.
sets that are very specific.
Mhm. Yeah, right, exactly. Like for me, I'm kind of like contemplating, like, should I do like customs and like ready mades and stuff, because like I do like customs for right now, but I'm still thinking about still doing ready mades. And I have ready mades, I just haven't made a sale as of yet. So, it's like, I'm keeping the faith. I'm still putting my no content out there. So that's definitely the thing, like how you said, just keep pushing on and stuff. But
Yeah.
also, but also to another thing too is like also dealing with clients too. You gotta be careful with certain people because people try to take advantage of you because of how you price your nail art and stuff like that.
Yeah, I think that's definitely one of my I'm really fortunate that that hasn't happened as of yet. All the clients I've had so far have been amazing and
Mhm.
when we go through the process, I have different tier pricing levels, so they pick like what tier. Like I have like diamond tier is my highest. It's like no limit. There's like gold tier, which is like a certain price range. So they'll always put what their budget is, and I always tell them and make sure that whatever budget that they want, and if they want to let me know a budget too, if they have a diamond tier, for example, like what's your budget, I'll always make a set that fits within that budget. So
Mhm.
I'll never like push or be like, no, this is the pricing. Like that's too bad. You can't pay for it. No, I'll always work with them to make sure that it's one, they love to design 100% and two, within their
Mhm.
budget. So I think that's a and I've been really fortunate that all my clients have worked really well with me and we were able to always come to a set they love and within the price range that they love. But if it comes to, if my fear comes to light and there is a client, I think, don't devalue, don't feel like you have to devalue your art, your skill, like
Right.
you know your worth. Don't ever feel like you have to
Mhm.
lessen what your value is. There's people that will value you and that will pay for what you're worth. So if there's someone that doesn't, they're not worth your art.
Yeah, yeah, exactly, most definitely. Because the thing is too, like, it's understanding if people could take advantage of you, they will. And it's unfortunate, yeah, and like how you said, there are people that are willing to pay, $100 plus for the set that you create because it's a body of work, You take a lot of time, hours, it's the products are expensive. We gotta take that into consideration too. I want to
Mhm.
go ahead and talk about the products. Speaking of that, what are some like your favorite products to use when doing like nail art and things like that?
Yeah, so I bought like pretty much the almost the full collection of Tiny, which is
Mhm,
a company from Korea, from
mhm,
Zillaboo. So all of, like pretty much almost all of my color gels are from Tiny, and I have like different like glitter effect gels from them too. So that's definitely my favorite.
mhm,
I really love Vitro for my liner
mhm.
gel. So like whenever I do line art, like when I outline in black and all that, I use Vitro. I was introduced and got that brand because of taking the Pamper Academy classes, and
Right,
they use Vitro a lot, especially when they teach those classes.
right.
And then also my bread and butter is my nail brushes, and my
Mhm,
favorite brushes are the 9 millimeter brushes from Narina Nails, which I think
mhm.
you did a interview with her for. Her
Yeah.
brushes are amazing. I have almost all her brushes. I can't wait for her to restock so I can get the final brush to complete my collection of her brushes. But her brushes are excellent. I use them all the time, every set. And then also, I really love the brushes from Nails by Dev. Her brushes are also amazing. I really love her little baby blender brush, which I use for not just blending, but also to erase my mistakes, which I make a lot of. But it just helps,
Mhm.
like, I feel a lot more confident that if I make a mistake, no worries. Let me just pick up my Nails by
Right.
Dev little baby burn brush. I'll just erase it real quick.
Mhm,
So I would say those are really my favorite. Oh, and I guess I'll also mention I really love doing glow effect nails. So I
mhm,
use glow from Techno Glow and also Solar Color Dust.
mhm. Yeah, yeah, that's really, really cool. Like I'm into like gel as well. Like I use like gel polish like from Entity Beauty, 4D gel. I love 4D gel, 3D gel. You can never go wrong. Like because
Oh yeah, yeah, that's so cool.
yeah, yeah, it's so much easier than doing like sculpting 3D with acrylic because acrylic is just it takes a certain amount of time, for you to play with it and before it dries. That's what I like about acrylic. Like I'm a like 4D gel person. I love like painting with like acrylic paint. And of course, with that, it can be a little iffy, but like when I've done like my nail competition stuff, I work with like acrylic paint because I like doing like my nail murals and stuff like that. So
Oh, that's awesome.
yeah, yeah. It's so much you can do with nail art. The possibilities are endless.
Yeah, there's so many cool things. Like I follow a lot of the like nail supplier stores too, like Zillaboo or
Mhm.
Sweetie Nail Supply, and just seeing their content of how they use their products. I just love seeing it because there's just so much really cool effects you could do, like with just a simple, seemingly simple gel, but
Right.
so many possibilities.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, people are getting into also like the I forgot what it's called. It's called Pony Jello. I think that's what
Oh
it's
yeah,
called.
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
now with the hot
A
gels.
lot of yeah, yes, a lot of my mutuals have been influenced. I haven't bought it yet, but I'm getting heavily influenced to buy that brand that
Yeah,
brand's
yeah, yeah.
potted gels. I have potted gels from Leaf Gel and Vitro right now. I have so many gels, but it's so hard for me to resist like getting more because there's
Yeah,
just
yeah,
so
yeah.
many amazing products out there. I just want it all.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. I'm the same way because like I definitely want to kind of try what it's like to use like Korean gels. I never tried Korean gels personally, but I heard like with those gels, like they're very
They're
pigmented.
amazing. They're
Yeah.
amazing. Yeah, highly recommend if you ever, do you want to try
Mhm.
get into Korean gels? But be careful, addicting.
Yeah.
I want to buy everything.
Yeah, yeah, right, exactly. Yeah, most definitely. But also too with the tiny gels, like I love the packaging. There's some
Yes.
like
Oh
it's
my, I
very
forgot
like
to mention that's literally one of the reasons why I bought the whole set. I, I mean, I feel like I fell in love with the packaging first. And we talked about packaging.
yeah, yeah,
I
right.
fell so in love with the packaging. So cute. I don't know if you can see it from my camera if it's cut off, but in my background I have all my gels like on a shelf, and you can see all the tiny gels in their packaging.
Mhm. Yeah, I can't really see it, but it's
Oh,
totally
let me
cool.
see if I can just shift it over. There they are.
Oh, yeah,
If
yeah,
you
there
could
they
see
go.
them, those are all my tiny gels.
Yeah,
All the
yeah.
cute pack, like literally, it's probably like one of the reasons why I bought it because I just loved how it looked. But
Yeah,
the
yeah.
product is amazing too. So product's
Yeah.
amazing and the packaging is amazing.
Yeah, yeah. Also, I like your workstation. I like how it's like that
Oh,
one
thank you.
section where you have like those racks of like nail polishes. And that's something I'm investing too, like some more like, like nail polish racks because you got
Yeah, I
like, yeah,
oh, go
you would have like so much like you would have so much nail polishes like
It makes
You
it
know,
easy for me to like, what color should I use for this? I'll grab it. But I got these shelves from Amazon. I think it was like a pack of 6 for $30. So
okay.
Amazon, great stuff.
Amazon is the go-to place.
Yeah.
You can never go wrong with Amazon and things like that. But I
Yeah.
also definitely wanted to ask too, like, what are some like your favorite like nail trends?
So I definitely I would s Meal trends that I don't like are when they're really simple, and that's because going back again to, why I got discouraged from getting my nails done at salons is I was just, I always had to resort to just having simple nails. So because of that, I just have like a little bit of, PTSD. Like I don't want I don't want
Right,
simple
right,
nails
right,
ever
exactly.
again. Like give me all the crazy nails. So I would
Right.
say yeah, like simple nails, like like that abstract swirls trend last year, and like the people are calling it the Hailey Bieber trend, but it's really just chrome trend. Um, right
Mm.
now, like it's cute, but it's simple, so it's not my favorite trends. My favorite trends are like I want full deco, like Gyaru nails, like charms, 3D like sculpted characters, like
Right.
love all of that. Love it when there's like something crazy going on, like a reflective effect or like cat eye magnetic, really cool effects.
Yeah.
Um, like chrome effects are cool, but chrome on top of 3D, then I'm
Right.
into it. Like when it's like really crazy cool. Those are my favorite kind of trends.
Mhm. Yeah, yeah, me too. I like the chrome, the blob nails. That's
Yeah,
been in,
those are cool
especially
to me.
like, especially like the nails now. It's getting more conceptual over time. Like
That's true. Yeah.
the anime nails, the kawaii nails are pretty much coming back. You know what I
Yes,
mean? Like
love it.
Japan was big into like, the kawaii, like cute, nail trend with the cute animals, cute anime characters. And I like how that's coming back, especially with your work getting into anime, Tengoku nails, like how we said before. That's really, really cool.
Yeah, love all of that. Like, give me more. Like, those are my favorite trends. Love it.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. And it's such like it's just a thing to look at. Like you just can't stop looking at because especially, the bright color palettes and just the attention to detail is absolutely immaculate.
Yeah. And I can tell you like 100%, like those are the nails that if someone sees you, they'll be like, "Oh my God, I love your nails."
Right.
And you can
Yeah,
be like,
yeah.
"Thank
Yeah, right, exactly. And I
you."
like how with, in fashion, like they're embracing nail art as well, so nail artists are collaborating with fashion designers, and that's really cool too. And plus the products that always coming out, everything is changed, especially with technology and things like that, is very, very amazing. And also like as of recently, like I don't know where it is, but it's like a like nail machine, like this nail polish like machine where you can, stick your finger in and it'll polish your nail. So we're kind of slowly going into a little bit of the AI a little bit, considering we have
Yeah, it's super
driving cars.
crazy. It's so cool.
Yeah, yeah. I hope it just don't get too crazy with the AI.
We're gonna get replaced. No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah, 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 it can never replace human creativity, no matter how much AI there is. There's also like this drawing machine, like this drawing AI that does like, they'll draw like if you give it keywords, it'll draw like say if you want like a bear driving a Camaro, it'll give you a bear driving a Camaro by typing in, if you type in bear driving in a Camaro, it'll give you that.
Crazy.
So yeah, technology is always evolving, especially with nail products and especially with art in general, and like I said, AI and machine can't replace, creatives.
Yeah, very true.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. Now I definitely want to get into in terms of with the popularity of the press on nail business aspect, this place that we're involved in. I definitely wanted to ask, like, do you feel like, will press on nails ever go out of style, or do you feel like press on nails, like the custom aspect of it, is here to stay?
I feel like I mean, I'm pretty new to the space, but from what I see, I don't think that it's gonna die out or go down anytime soon. I think especially with how much content is out and how easy it is to also put out content on social media these days, like TikTok, Instagram, YouTube.
Mhm.
Um, people are able to find out like that's how I found out about press on nails
Right.
existing. People are able to discover press on nails, discover all this different kind of nail art and nail artists so easily and accessible now through social media that it makes the industry it opens up the industry and opens up so many more people to come in and partake in consuming
Mhm.
like press on nails and stuff. So I don't think it's dying anytime soon. I think it's still going pretty strong. And in general, I feel like nails in general right now, like getting your nails done, acrylics, like dip powder,
Mhm.
press-ons, it there's the whole nail industry in general is so big right now because
Right,
also of social media. Like a lot of celebrity, like this Hailey Bieber trend, like it's called the
right,
Hailey Bieber trend
exactly.
because she was showing her nails. People are always trying to recreate, like they see Kylie Jenner having a certain nail style, they want it. They're gonna go to salon, they're asking for it. So
Right.
you're like what you said, like in fashion and celebrities, I feel like the exposure of nail art is being shown by celebrities. Megan
Mhm.
Thee Stallion, for example, Sweetie, like I follow
Right.
them. They're always posting their nail sets. Those are
Cardi B.
beautiful. Cardi B, yes, exactly.
Mhm.
If anything, like she's probably I should have mentioned her first. But so many celebrities are giving exposure to nails, and people are now seeing that it's, everyone just clothes, bags, shoes. Nails is now part of the game. Nails is part
Mhm.
of your aesthetic game, and people want to consume and have nails now too. So I think in general the nail industry is expanding. um and also, like, for press on specifically, I don't know if you've heard of the show Bling Empire on Netflix. It's like a
Yeah, I heard
reality
that.
show. Yeah, the reality show that like follows these crazy rich, real life crazy rich Asians here in
Right.
LA actually. One of my
Okay.
favorites in the cast, her name's Jamie. I think she's a model. She's really into fashion. She actually highlighted in the latest season. She was always having different nails every single look, every single outfit, and she highlighted in the show like, oh, these are press-ons. You just stick them on. So
Right.
that's another, like, t her showing that on a show, the show is as popular as Bling Empire, is another way that press-ons is here to stay. It's
Right.
getting bigger. I
Mhm.
don't think the demand is going down anytime soon.
Yeah, yeah, that's the thing, because and good thing it is being highlighted because the thing is with the nail industry, whatever side that you're in, like whether you're a nail artist slash nail tech or like how you said with, we're in the field of also press-ons, coming from a licensed, cosmetologist perspective, like it was like the nail industry was kind of like in the back. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
It was placed on the back burner, but now, like, it's more into the forefront because celebrities on the red carpet wearing their nails, like how you said
Mhm.
before, especially nail trends, being recycled always, coming back, going away, coming back, going away. You know what I mean? Like I said, the
Yeah.
technology, the products, and it's really came a very long way. And I'm glad that people are making it such as much of a fashion statement as a fashion garment in itself, because here's the thing: if you're willing to pay for like a Balenciaga shoes or whatever, you should be able to pay for $200, $3,000, 200, $300 dollars worth of, press-ons.
Yeah, exactly. It's it's awesome how, yeah, nails is really now, like I was saying, you got your bag, you got your clothes, you got your shoes, and you got your nails. And it's highlighted too in a lot of songs too. They're always saying like nails done, like not just hair done, nails done. Like nails is now a staple part of looks. So
Yeah, yeah, and definitely the good thing with nail arts, they're charging 100, 200, $300. I didn't mean to say 3,000, I didn't mean to go that far.
I
But
mean, if
it's
there's a nail artist that's successfully trying 3,000, power to them.
yeah, yeah,
I'm trying to get
yeah.
like them. Just kidding.
Right, exactly, But yeah, but there again, it's all in the work and the quality of the nails,
Yeah.
as to why they charge it, 100, 200, 300, dollars, like their shoe like charges like a couple $100, like how we said, ball pit nails charges that much for nails, like 200, $300 or 100 something dollars, so yeah, like, so good thing that, our work is being highlighted in the forefront.
Yeah, and I think it's definitely like, I think what everyone's charging too is value, like that's the right value. Like it's a lot of work that goes into painting these press-ons, and then the value of your skill, your specific art style, your specific style of doing nails, only you have
Right.
that. So people are paying for your art, and um
Mhm.
it's just awesome how, yeah, because this boom in the nail industry and interest in nails, and and people are recognizing the value of art. It's just awesome that we're able to be in this space at this time.
Yeah, right, exactly. Now, what's next for you? Do you have any future plans in terms of your press on nail business? Like, what's next for you?
I mean, what's next? I mean, I don't see myself slowing down anytime soon. Like, this is my the passion and the fun and like that I've been looking for all my life, and I finally found
Mhm.
it in doing nail art. Um, and it's literally the thing that makes me happy. It's a thing that I can't wait to do all the time, even if it takes me hours or even if I mess up. I don't find myself getting angry or frustrated or wanting to give up. I see myself just wanting to continue, like I want to get better, I want to keep going, I want to keep creating nails and keep making nails for people. So I'm definitely not slowing down. I'm definitely going to continue.
Mhm.
As far as like I do have like my day job, and if an opportunity ever came to me to be able to make nails my whole life and career, 100% I'm out the door. I'm there. Like I'm
Right.
doing that. At this time it's not an opportunity for me, but
Mhm.
maybe I can help manifest, if that ever does become an opportunity to me, that would
Mhm.
be a really amazing future goal and future step of mine. But for now, not slowing down.
Right.
I'm keeping going with my customs. I'm reopening customs again in September, and keeping expanding, the business I have and the art and the skills that I have right now.
Mhm. Yeah, absolutely. Now, in terms of success, how would you define success in your perspective?
I think success is if you feel content and you feel happy with what you're doing, that's success to me.
Right.
Like have like your own self reassurance and self um just like, yeah, like I reached a goal, that's success. And then for others to then come in and tell you things like you're doing a great job, or like I love this, and clients purchasing your wares, that just continues to validate the success that you have already validated for yourself.
Right.
So I think, yeah, success starts at at you and what you feel that you've accomplished, and then it's just continuously revalidated and expanded upon by others who also feel the same about your work.
Mhm, yeah, absolutely. Now, has there ever been a time where you bought other people's press-on nails possibly? Like, how important is it to support, like, press-on nails, whether it's, like, buying somebody else's press-ons or just solely just cheering them on?
Yeah, I think that's huge. So for me, a lot of my mutuals that I have in the press on community, I like to do this thing called nail trading with them. So what we do is we pick a theme and then we create a set for each other and then send each other
Mhm.
that set. So even just doing that is an amazing support, because it shows that they value your work and you value
Mhm.
their work enough to basically collaborate together,
Right.
and then give each other's work and share it out to the world. And that's been an amazing way that I felt support from my nail mutual friends, and I feel they felt support from me as well.
Yeah, right. Yeah, that's really cool. I never thought of that, like, doing, like, nail trading. That
Yeah,
that's a
it's
that's a
like an
really cool idea.
like, I'll be honest, if one of my nail mutuals does want an order, I ask them first, like, "Hey, do you wanna just turn this to a nail trade? Like, I'm down, like, let's trade some nails." Like, 'cause it makes it more fun, at least for me, like, from artist to artist. Like,
Mhm.
I appreciate them wanting to, support my business and buy from me, but because I also wanna support them and I wanna uplift them and uplift their business, I find that by turning it into a nail trade helps that. So I
Mhm.
get to support them while they're supporting me at the same time. So it's
Right.
like a mutual, like, collab, but as a nail artist to just uplift each other.
Wow, that's really, really cool. Now, how have you been able to find the balance between being, like, a press-on nail artist and just everyday life, possibly?
I would say, especially right now with work getting a little bit crazy, it's been a little bit difficult. But like I said, no matter how tired or if I'm frustrated, like nail art is really my passion and what I love. It makes me so happy.
Right.
So I'm always finding time and to be able to do it, and prioritize it when I can. So,
Mhm.
you know, I'll have my day job, but when I'm finally done, I'm like, yes, now I get to make
Right,
nails.
right.
So that's kind of how I find the balance. Like it's really what I want to do. So when I have that free time, that's what I'm running to do.
Mhm. Yeah, right, absolutely, and especially considering, like, y to maintain that passion, you still have to maintain, like, your mental health and self-care because that's very, very
Yeah,
important.
that's huge. Yeah, for sure.
Mhm. Yeah, yeah,
I got
absolutely.
into I have like a planner now too that I like
Mhm,
try to update every day. That's how I try to like visualize and schedule out everything I'm working on. So that helps me too and helps
mhm,
keep my mental health better, because it's written on a paper for me, so that I don't have to like keep it in my head and feel stressed like, oh, I have all these things. Like, no, it's organized on like my planner now. So that helps too with being able to balance my day job, everything else I have to do, and then nails.
And I like with our generation, like we're, talking about mental health a lot more, in terms of like, also supporting each other within mental health. So that's a very good thing because self-care is important. That's how you maintain, like I said, the passion, the love that you have for nails. Like for me, I gotta take a step back, because like especially, sometimes I'll feel burnt out or feel stressed, like or like how you said, frustrated. I'm
Mhm.
like, okay, let me take a step back so I don't lose this passion of press on nails or doing nails in general.
Yeah, that's really good and really important. M Great advice for anyone in anything that you do, any hobby. Like I said earlier, like, the moment something turns into a chore, turns into, like, "Oh, I have to do this," turns into work, that's when the vibes get off. So, to
Mhm,
refrain from reaching that point, it's really important to exactly what you said, like, if you need to step away, if you need to
mhm,
do something that will, revitalize the creative juices, the creative
mhm.
passion,
Right.
anything to help, yeah, it's super important.
Yeah, absolutely. Last but not least, to close this interview, where can people find you on social media and how can people support you and your work?
Yeah, so I'm on Instagram and TikTok, melonbun.nails. Um,
Mhm.
just to follow, even just liking any of my posts is a great support to me and means so much to me. So, yeah, find me on Instagram and TikTok. And Asia, I really appreciate you so much for having me and inviting me to be on your show. This was so awesome, and it was so great to talk with you.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I appreciate that. Like it was great talking with you. I've checked out your work. Your work is absolutely, incredible.
Yeah,
And
thank
I
you.
love what you're doing. I love that you're passionate about, getting to press on nails and continuing that passion. So I definitely, just want to thank you for jumping onto the show. And this has been fun. I had a great time. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you so much. I had an awesome time. Like, I really appreciate it. Thank you so, so much.
Thank you. Take care.
Yeah, bye.
Bye-bye. Hello, everyone. Thank you so much for watching. Please like, comment, share, and subscribe to the channel. Be sure to click the bell for notifications. Also, follow me on my social media platforms and visit my website, ASIATHABIRD.com, and be on the lookout for more interviews to come very soon. Take care and stay beautiful.